There ain't no way a Chinese team is doing the dance Dillon Brooks led with the Memphis Grizzlies. No, Dillon Brooks, tell me you ain't headed to China.
大家好，我叫 Dillon Brooks， 我是广东虎队的选手和得分后卫。
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Around Association. Now, the way the Memphis Grizzlies did Dillon Brooks. Now, look, I'm not a Dillon Brooks apologist. I like the way the brother competed. I do feel like he, kind of went a bit excessive with, that don't care attitude. But I don't think his play or attitude was necessarily why the Memphis Grizzlies lost after bragging and having that 2 seed. So for them to put out a statement so harsh, and shout out to Shams for getting that statement. Now, the Memphis Grizzlies statement read, Shams had put it up on Twitter. It says, the Memphis Grizzlies have informed pending free agent Dillon Brooks that he will not be brought back under any circumstances. And then it just says league sources say. Now, I don't know a time. I mean, that's kind of low character on the Memphis Grizzlies part. That tells you about the franchise character, to kind of throw him under the bus like that. Now, it'd be one thing if something he done specifically cost them a series. I mean, he didn't play well, shot the ball pretty hard. He didn't really, even slow LeBron down at all. But I mean, who has? It is only a handful of players have really even given LeBron any kind of trouble in his time there. But to put out a statement, he will not be brought back under any circumstances, that's almost trying to mess up his next deal. And so a lot of people had fun with that online, as you saw at the top of the video, where they were talking about, hey, he out of the league. This brother here, he headed to China. And it seems like the Memphis Grizzlies, have their local media actually, really pushing that narrative too. As, a local sports reporter there, Doc Holliday, actually spoke on it. And, he said that Memphis appreciates what Dillon brought, but then said he could see why they got rid of him. So it's almost like they're trying to control a narrative on Dillon and make him kind of unmarketable. It's almost like that Kwame Brown thing, to have Kwame Brown was, to have something less than. That's what they seem like they're trying to do with Dillon Brooks as far as destroying his name. Take a look here.
So my guy Shams just tweeted out that league sources have told Dillon Brooks that under no circumstances do the Grizzlies plan on bringing him back. My thoughts on that. I understand. I totally understand. I'm pretty sure the Grizzlies and Memphis appreciates what Dillon has done for the franchise and for the program since he's been here through 6 years. But this last year was kind of tough. All the distractions, all the trash talking, and all the negative attention and negative energy, and the helping to mold the negative perception that people have for the Memphis Grizzlies. And that's a lot, when it comes to marketing, when it comes to all of that. The world pulling for you when you're underdogs, and then when your image changes based off some things that you say and do, and executives, that's not the image that they want. They give you the heave-ho. And it's just how it is. And I understand. I mean, I totally understand. Dillon brought an edge, he brought a toughness, but when you heard Zach Kleiman say, some of the really self-inflicted distractions. I'm paraphrasing what he said, that the Grizzlies caused themselves. And then you hear Dillon say he doesn't regret anything he said and he's not gonna stop talking because that's who he is. You just got two different ideologies going in two totally different ways. And that's the execs, that's their job. That's their prerogative. So we thank Dillon for everything he's done. If Sam's report is indeed correct, which I'm pretty sure it is, because dude ain't ever wrong. Appreciate you, Dillon, but it's time for a new look and a new perception that we have around the Grizzlies. So I'll let you.
I mean, now, to me, okay, maybe there's some valid points there, but I don't understand just because if by one chance you're saying that, you know, you appreciate his edge and everything, and then all of a sudden, even the distractions. Now, who was the biggest distraction on Memphis this year? I mean, come on, let's not do that. Now, we understand Ja Morant's the franchise. They're not going to do anything to him. But his absence with his injuries and then missing time, actually coming down the stretch to enter the playoff, you don't think that didn't end? And on top of that, with the injuries that they suffered, Dillon Brooks playing, you know, having to play multiple positions, I think this was a situation of straight scapegoating, and I'm not the only one. RG3, he actually put up a post on Twitter and mentioned that. RG3 put up on Twitter, he said, Dillon Brooks made himself an easy target, but the Memphis Grizzlies are making him the scapegoat for their playoff struggles. That under any circumstances, and that's the part that jumped out to me. So I'm glad me and RG3 are on the same page with that. Report about him not being brought back was hella unnecessary. I agree with that, RG3. That's the part for me. If it's one thing, you know, players get released all the time, okay? Players get released all the time. That's not a thing. There's contracts that don't get renewed. And Dillon Brooks is not an all-star level player where he's just going to be, you know, able to write his own ticket. He's going to be a journeyman. I mean, he might end up having to play with Golden State Warriors, or he might end up having to play with LeBron James if they will have him on their teams. I mean, so that's not the thing. But under any circumstances part, that I found to be very disrespectful as well. And, you know, it's one thing to joke, you know, hey, you know, he kind of got bested by LeBron, and but it's another thing to start defaming the brother. But online, I'm not gonna lie, the comedy behind it, I can't ignore. It is hilarious. I just, you know, I'm sure he'll wind up back in the league, back in the NBA. I don't think he's quite ready gonna be sent off to China just yet. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you next time. Peace.